Hey guys, welcome to a new video. I wanted to make this a video. You guys see the title. I think I titled it Google Search Console Can Sometimes Be Wrong, or yes, Google Search Console can be wrong. And the reason why I'm making this video is I think especially in the SEO industry, the blogging industry, there's a lot of people just like me whose income and livelihood solely depends on literally a machine, an algorithm, a website, if you will. And sometimes this website can spit out some really wacky stuff and give out some weird solutions. And I understand that this doesn't happen to everybody by any means, but it will happen to some people. Let's just say 100 people watch this video, which who knows will happen, or this is early into my YouTube channel here, in this channel, talking about this kind of stuff. But let's say down the road, a year from now, 2 years from now, there's 100 people who watch this video. Maybe 5 to 10 people might experience something like this. So it's important to kind of recognize that this happens. And I think the reason why I was able to keep my cool is, first off, because I'm diversified. I have no worry. I'll take that back. It's not that I don't have no worry, but I have a lot less worry than most people when it comes down to blogging. And when I say I'm diversified, I have a multitude of different websites. That's the first thing. And the second thing, more importantly, is because I'm seasoned. I've been through this before. There's pretty much nothing under the SEO sun that I haven't seen by now, with over 40 websites being successful. So let's go ahead and get into this, and I want to share with you what I mean by sometimes Google Search Console can be wrong. And so Core Web Vitals and Page Experience are like internally linked. Like they work together. If there is something wrong with the website, the Core Web Vitals will show that, and Page Experience will have a negative, I guess you could say, outcome because of that. You could see here my Page Experience everything's fine. Okay, there's no issues here. And you could see here as well, this is on mobile, but the point here is that I have no bad experiences. Okay, if you look at Core Web Vitals, my Core Web Vitals here is all jacked up at one point from the 24th to the 11th. Now, we were generating traffic during this period of time, but sometimes Google just, I guess you could say, shorts, their system shorts or something, where they don't pick up the right data. There was no change that happened in my website from this date to this date other than just posting more content, if I did. But the matter of the fact is that this does not always, this doesn't always happen. And you could see here are the results. In fact, it probably marked most of the links on my website to have issues, but now I have 0 issues, 0 errors. And you can see that kind of here. And the view all data about good URLs, all the URLs are perfectly fine. The reason why I say this, and I bring this into point of view here, is because sometimes Google Search Console can give you some crazy results at random times, especially because this is a very small website. And when some things or websites are small, they're developing, they're adding content, they're starting to ramp up traffic, Google's just trying to figure out where can I place these things. But Google also makes mistakes. Even though they do have a machine and everything's fine, sometimes their systems can have a small bug. Maybe a server was shut down without being notified. Any kind of issue could have happened. Now, these issues are very, very rare. With that being said, I mean, maybe 1 out of every million people experience this, but at the same time, it does happen. And you could see here, it recalibrated itself within, I wouldn't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So whenever you're working with your blog, the best piece of advice that I could give you is, if something goes wrong, right, like something like this that you literally sometimes can't even control, is just a matter of just keep working. Don't distract yourself. Don't make it a big deal. Keep working and see if it kind of fixes up. If it takes more than 2 to 3 weeks to kind of fix, or even a month, you can look into it. Look at your traffic. If there's some issue with the Core Web Vitals or some kind of notification where there's something severely wrong and your traffic goes, in the hole, then there's probably something wrong. But if your traffic's still coming in, you're still making money, and everything's doing A-okay, you kind of don't have much to worry about, especially if it's not something you can control. And that's also comes into the aspect of understanding, Google's Search Console and kind of how it works. Is that I was being notified that the websites weren't working on mobile, but they were fine. They were perfectly fine. They were usable. I was visiting them. Everything was a-okay. So it was just a matter of time till the system recalibrated. At the end of the day, even if it did happen and there was some sort of negative consequence to it, it's fine. It's always going to improve. And in the long term, if I own this website for a long period of time, it could be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 plus years. I'm not going to look back and say, oh, that those 2 weeks messed up my whole entire career. That's not going to happen. So more importantly, this video is just, to bring things back into, to a normal state. If you're freaking out about Google, you have an issue, most of the time you don't need to worry. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully this video helps out in some sort of way. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye.